Turning now to Wisconsin, where we are still following the tragic story of the murder of Sade Robinson. Earlier this month, authorities arrested and charged suspect Maxwell Anderson in the death of the missing 19-year-old. They say Robinson went on a first date with him on April 1st, which is the last time that she was seen alive. Her car was found torched and fragments of human remains were found, including a leg. Now, these remains were later confirmed to belong to Robinson. Now, last week, someone walking along Lake Michigan in South Milwaukee found a torso and an arm.
It is very calm, very peaceful, and definitely taints the area.
But just to know that that was going on here is an uncomfortable feeling.
Now, Anderson was scheduled for a preliminary hearing today, but chose to waive his appearance. The search is continuing for the rest of Robinson's remains with divers in Lake Michigan. Reporter Kaylee Sturrow with Scripps News Milwaukee brings us the latest.
We've seen support for Sade Robinson pouring in all over the Milwaukee area for the past 3 weeks. Much of that support showing itself through the color pink, which is Sade's favorite color. Even over the past 2 hours, I've seen at least a dozen people here at Warnemont Park come to pay their respects and leave pink ribbons. And it's not just here at Warnemont. This is some video now from earlier this week. Pink chalk and tokens outside Maxwell Anderson's home, the man charged with her murder. Across the city, pink posters and balloons outside Pizza Shuttle, the place where Sade worked, and many co-workers told me she was the heart of Pizza Shuttle. Kilbourne Park and the Hone Bridge also turning pink Friday night during a vigil honoring the young woman. And now today, people who live in Cudahy and across the Milwaukee area are back at Warnemont to pack the park with pink. This park is where the first of Sade's body parts were recovered nearly 2 weeks ago, and additional remains have been discovered since. Right now, the community is trying to turn that tragedy that happened into awareness.
If the awareness can prevent this from happening to someone in the future, from having someone's family go through the anguish of not knowing where their relatives' remains are, we have to all band together and continue to do whatever we can to bring the awareness and to be there to support when needed.
Sade's family announcing Friday plans to continue her legacy by helping other families going through a tragedy like this one. All of this as they continue to search for her remains and this investigation moves forward.
All right, joining us to discuss is criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor David Bruno, and back with us, Deputy Public Defender for LA County, Philip Dubé. Philip, I'll start with you and just get your thoughts on this case in general. Today, Maxwell Anderson was supposed to be in court for a probable cause hearing. We know these can be sort of a trove of information for defendants, but they chose to waive their appearance at this. What do you make of the case and their decision to waive the appearance?
Well, obviously it is his right at the preliminary hearing stage to waive his presence. Oftentimes they do that because they don't want to face what they've done, frankly. And this is going to be some pretty ghoulish evidence because you remember what we have, Michael, is we have a dismembered young lady. That means body parts are going to be discussed. Photos are likely going to be introduced of the young girl's body or whatever was left of it. And there's going to be a lot of finger wagging and finger pointing at him. I have a feeling that whoever this young Maxwell is, in light of this crime and in light of his appearing through counsel, if you will, that there is a mental health problem going on. I just have a feeling that at some point counsel is going to have a doubt about their client's competency to proceed, because this is clearly beyond the pale. It'd be interesting to find out what led police to him. I don't know if that has been made public yet, but I can tell you right now it's not looking good for this guy. He's charged with first-degree premeditated murder, which is obviously a life top.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what the probable cause hearing would have brought out, just a little bit of it. He was the last person seen with her. They have witnesses, they have surveillance videos, they have her Apple tracking device that places them at a place having dinner, then going to a bar, going back to his place, her car, then going and driving away from his place to the place where they found body parts. They have a person going from the car to the shore, back to the car, to the shore. They've got all that on him. David Bruno, there's a lot there to deal with. He also has a little bit of a background in domestic violence and also beating someone up on the street who was trying to stop him from being in an argument with a woman. So there's a lot to work with here.
Yeah, Michael, I haven't been a prosecutor for 10 years. I've been out of the prosecutor's office. I was in the homicide unit, and I had access to the technology, the surveillance videos, the cell towers, the call logs, body cams. But I'll tell you what, as we continue to progress in technology, when the prosecutors get this type of evidence, it makes their job very easy. When they have the surveillance video of them together and these images that and the videos that you talk about, I wonder what he said too, if he gave a statement, because we've been covering a lot of cases with statements, and that would be really the nail in the coffin if he gave a statement.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I failed to mention, they also, in the search of his house, found blood in the bedroom and blood on the walls. Of course, that hasn't been tested yet. But again, not looking good for Mr. Anderson at this point.